Welcome all. Today we are just going to see about the topic called intelligent agent. So today we are just going to see about agent, intelligent agent, rationality, rational agent and peace, which is a main important concept and plays a major role in artificial intelligence. Before going to intelligent agent, what is meant by agent? An agent is an artificial intelligence. It's mainly an entity that perceives its environment through sensors and acts upon the environment through actuator to achieve the specific as well as the achievement goals. So that is a main concept of agent. So in short form, it can be represented as an AI agent is a system that perceives its environment using sensors and perform action through actuators to achieve the desired goals intelligently and autonomously. So the agent can be defined as it is consist of two different types of parts. One will be of architecture and another will be of program. The combination of architecture plus program is said to be as an agent. So here we are just going to see about two different types of characteristics. One is sensor and another one is actuator. Sensor, which is usually collect the information from the environment. Actuator, it is also used to perform the actions in an environment. So example, if you take it as an agent as an example as human, sensors will be of eyes, ears and skins, whereas actuator will be placed as an hands, legs and mouth. We can take it as an another example, robo. If you take it as a robo, the sensors will be act as an camera, microphones and sensors. Whereas in actuator, it will be act as an motors and robotic arms. So the main important characteristics that we are just going to share with the intelligent agent is that it is not an isolated one, rather than it is associated with the context and learning resources. Generally, intelligence will be have the various activities like sensing, which can learn, plan accordingly, and knowledge acquisition or knowledge augmentation that can be carried out. So generally, intelligent agent that can be represented as it's an autonomous system that perceives its environment, process the information, and takes the appropriate action to achieve the specific goal. So is an agent that can make the decision and act according logically according to the scenario. So the important characteristics that comes with the intelligent agent is an agent, sensing, actuator and actions. The definition that we can focus on with the intelligent agent is an rational entity that observe its environment through sensors as well as the act according to the actuators to maximize its performance. Usually the components of intelligent agent that we can especially tell about the sensors, agent program and actuators. Sensors, which can be gather the information from the environment. Agent program makes a decision based on the perceptions. Actuators, it usually executes the action in the environment. So let me see the small basic structure of the diagram of an agent. So which can be in the environment, which can be have the sensor as well as actuator. The agent system will be there. Sensor is used to gather the information and actuator will be acts according to it and execute the action in the environment. So these are about the intelligent agent. So intelligent agent will be having the characteristics. Before going to this diagram explanation, what are the characteristics that can be overcome with the intelligent agents, which will be of autonomous, reactive, proactive, rational and learning ability. Autonomous in sense we are having an operates without continuous human control. Without the human control, the machine itself they can be converted and it can be used with the controlling operation and it operates according to it. That is of autonomous. Reactive response to the environment changes. Proactive, which can be takes the initiative to achieve the specific and desired goals. Rational selects the best action and best goal to achieve according to the given situation. Learning ability, which can be improved with the performance from the experience. Now, intelligent agent that can be represented with an entity that works without an assistance, interrupts input and takes the decision based systems. Normally, the intelligent agent will be of autonomous in nature. So let me move to the diagrammatic explanation of intelligent agent. So first, we'll be having of environment. The environment is everything that can be supports outside the agent. It also used to provide the information to the agent, and it is affected by the agent's actions. So examples we can take it as an road and traffic on a self-driving car is a good example. We are just going to travel according to the traffic according to the roads. Next is sensors. Sensors usually collect the information from the environment. There are some agents way of perceiving the world. Examples will be of while we are sensing, we'll be having of human eyes, ears, as well as robo will be of camera and microphone, and car will be of having a radar and lidar. And understand the environment, that is exactly we can tell it as a perception. The agent process that the sensor data can be acquired with the information. It is also used to create the what current situation that can easily adoptable and understand by the environment. A self-driving car, we take it as an example, which is used to identify each and every vehicles, the traffic signals, and what type of pedestrian which can be belongs to it. Next will be of decide the action. Based on the current understanding, the agent decide what action to be performed. So it can be influenced with two different types of characteristics or parameters. One is of rules and another will be of goal. Rule is predefined instruction, or we can tell it as a predefined knowledge. Goals is said to be as a desired outcome of the agent that easily wants to be achieved by the agent. So what is rule? Rule we can guide with the agent's behavior. So example, while we are using of a self-driving car, so there will be often stop when the traffic light is in red condition. Start when the traffic light is in green condition, and mainly is used to avoid the obstacles over there. And goal, the objective agent aims to achieve it. Example, it is used to reach the destination safely, and it is also used to clean the room completely over there with the help of vacuum cleaner. Next is finally actuator. Actuator, it is helps to execute the chosen action in the environment. The examples we can tell it as a robot motor, car steering with the brakes, human hands and legs. And here the example that can be represented with the real-time environment with any colleges or any IT sector, and even in government colleges that it has been introduced with the biometric attendance system. Normally when the persons will be going and showing the face, the sensor sends the faces and actuator sends the message to the database, so the attendance is marked according to the timing. So and it will be recorded at what time it has been started and what time it will be just go, and it won't be leave after the completion of the timing based on the attendance system. So this is about the intelligent agent. And what are the terminologies that we are just going to see about the intelligent agent is a percept. One is percept is an information that an agent receives from an environment through its sensors or a particular moment. It is the result of perceiving, not the act of perception itself. At the given time, an agent has a current percept representing what it has been observed. So example we can tell it as an a self-driving car can be perceived. A traffic light is red, speed is 40 km per hour, and pedestrian ahead. And there is another one key concept is there over there in your percept. It is an percept sequence. It is a complete history of the all the percept received by the agent from the beginning until the current moment. So example, we can tell it as in time 1 will be of green light, time 2 will be of vehicle ahead, and time 3 will be of a red light. So it is a main important theme that the collection of all these percept from the percept sequence. So the agent decision making depends on the percept sequence. More percept history often lead to the good and better decision of it. And next to it, agent function. An agent function which can be represented with the mathematical notation or mathematical mapping from the percept sequence to actions. So f small f tends to or equal to p star, which can be tends to a, where p star is a set of all variable, all possible percept sequences. A is a set of possible actions. So the agent function that can be specifies what action an agent should take for every possible percept sequence. Simply we can represent it with the agent function, which can be related with the percept sequence. So if when the room is dirty, the action will be of suck. When the room is clean, it is automatically moved from the one place to another place. While we are just going with the traffic light, when the red light is red, it will be of stop. When the light is green, it will be of go. So this is about the percept and agent function. The information received by the agent from the environment at the particular time. A percept sequence is a complete history of all the percept received by the agent. Agent function, a mathematical mapping from the percept sequences to action that defines the behavior of all the intelligent agent. So next about agent function. Agent function and the other relationship and terminologies which can be used with it. So already we have been defined with the agent function. So here it has an internal program that is called as an agent program. So it is also used to defines what action an agent should take for each and every possible percept sequence. The agent function is implemented as in practice through agent program. Normally, agent program is a software that implements the agent function. It is also used to receive the percept from the sensors to process them, and it also used to decide the appropriate action. The program runs on the physical system is said to be as an architecture, whereas the architecture, it is an hardware platform on which the agent program executes. Example, we can tell it as an architecture: the computer of a software agent, a robo body of a robotic agent, self-car driving hardware of an autonomous vehicle. Now the relationship can be and it can be concluded as in the mathematical way: agent equal to architecture plus program. Whereas architecture is an hardware platform which can be combining with the program that can be implemented with the software, act as an agent function. Now how the agent can be work? The working of agent that can be represented with the three notations that can be highlighted with the green color: sensors, agent program, actuator. Sensors that can be used to collect the percept from the environment. Agent program possess and process the percept sequence and determines the best action. Actuator executes the what way the action have been chosen in a right environment. And what are the terminologies that can be represented with the agent function is a subset of agent program. So let me take as a small example of automatic door opening and closing system. In a small area of the both the slides, the door identified to be under surveillance. Two cameras have been fixed, one inside the door and other one is outside the door, which covers the area. And a simple agent function that can be taken as an one person is standing in the area, open the door or else close the door. So the function will be off. If the area is empty, then close the door. If the area is occupied, then open the door. How the agent program that can be act according to the behavior and how it is performed based on this activity. first will continuous scanning of this area, entire from inside as well as the outside of the door, opening or closing the door or keeping the same position based on the output of the function, handling all the combination and possible issues, handling the exception to ensure the smooth functioning of each and every dose, and ultimately to achieve the results in all cases of what are the scenarios that can be possible, it can be moved according to it. That will be often the case in intelligent agent. Now already we have been represented with it. So intelligent agent, the agent is an anything that can be viewed as in perceiving its environment through sensors and acting upon the environment through actuators. So here there are two different types of agents are there. One is of an human agent and another will be of an robotic agent. So this is a small example. Human agent that can be of ears, eyes and other organs that can be of viewed through the sensors, and hands, legs, mouth and other parts can be of an actuator. Robotic agent, cameras and infrared range finders for the sensors and various motors for the activators. So that is a main theme of this one. And agent and environment, that is also we already saw about it. So intelligent agent is created by the agent program, runs on a architecture. So the agent function mapping that can be represented with f tends to p star tends to a. So where p star is a set of all percepts and a is a set of actions. The agent program runs on the physical architecture to produce F. Agent equal to architecture plus program. And this is one of the real-time example how we are just going to use with it. One is a vacuum cleaner world. So there will be of two different types of blocks over there. So one with the particles or obstacles or any dust with the vacuum cleaner, and the second will be of only the dust, where the percept and location, percept which can be of location and the state of the environment, example a comma dirty, b comma clean, actions will be of left, right, suck and no operation. So the perception that can be represented with the sensors that is usually collects the information from the environment, example camera that can be detects the obstacle, temperature sensor used to detect the heat. Processing will be of agent program, analyze the percept sequence, and decision making, the program chooses the best action according to it. So now we'll how the percept sequence is important and what are the things that we are just going to focus on to it. So this is the overview diagram how the agent function and agent program with the help of vacuum cleaner example we are just going to sorting out. So the image generally explains the difference between the agent function and the agent program using a simple vacuum cleaner agent with the two different types of rooms. One is room A and another one is room B. The vacuum cleaner can be either in a room A or room B. Each room can be of clean and each room can be having a dirty. The agent receives the percept in the form of location comma status. So examples that we are just going to have in the tabular column, a comma dirty, a comma clean, b comma dirty and b comma clean. So now we will be taking as an left hand side, that is at an agent function. So the table of the left hand side, it can be represented with the agent function. Agent function maps every possible percept sequence to its action. So for example, the percept it has been given a comma dirty, it is of suck, and a comma clean it is really of right, and b comma dirty is suck and b comma clean is left. So the meaning is that a comma dirty, the vacuum is in room A. Room A is dirty. So suck, the action will be of a comma dirty equal to suck. In the case 2 scenario, a comma clean. So vacuum is in room A. Room A is already clean. Move right to room B. So the case will be of a comma clean equal to right. Now the third condition or third case we are just going to see. B comma dirty, vacuum is in room B is in dirty, so action will be of suck. B comma dirty tends to suck, and case B will be of B comma clean. Vacuum is in room B is in clean, and move left to room A. So B comma clean, which can be of a left. Now we'll be seeing of agent function clearly. Percept sequence tends to action. For each and every possible situation, there will be often either theoretical or else mathematical description of the agent behavior. So that can be represented with the agent function. Now we'll be moving to the agent program. So the right hand side, which is usually represented with the agent program. So instead of storing a huge table of all possible percept sequences, we will be writing as the function of reflex vacuum agent location comma status. If the status is dirty, return suck. If the location equal to A, returns right. Else if the location equal to B, returns left. How it is working? So input, we are just going to represent it as an A comma dirty. Status equal to dirty. Decision will be of return suck. And input A comma clean. Status is clean. Location is A, and decision will be of return right. Similar like B. Input is B comma dirty. Status equal to dirty. Decision will be of return suck. Input of B comma clean. How the status will be? The status will be of clean. Location will be of B. Decision will be of return left. So the key difference between the agent function and the agent program. So agent function, which can be represented with the mathematical mapping of percept to actions, whereas agent program, actual implementation of the mapping. And agent function, especially, it can be used to describe what action should be taken, whereas in the agent program it specifies how the action is computed. Agent function usually represented as a table, and agent program, see in the right hand side, it is usually represented as a code. Since it's an agent function, it is a theoretical concept. Agent program that can be implemented using practically. Agent function that can be maps percept sequence with the action, whereas agent program runs on an architecture with a produce suitable action for it. So this is about the agent and agent function and agent program. So this is the other example. What does the agent do? A new agent based on the discover, that is of agent behavior, how it has been mapped with the given percept sequence of action. So this is about the external characterization, how the implementation done with a logical as well as a mathematical and theoretical part over here. So intelligent agent, we already described about it. So the agent can operate without direct human intervention or any other software methods. It controls its activity and internal environment. The agent independently decides which steps to be taken in the current condition to achieve the best environment. The agent achieves autonomously if it is of performance measured with the experience in the context of learning and adopting. This is a diagram which already explained in the previous slide. Now moving to the rationality. So before going to the rationality, what is meant by rational agent? So it is an important role in your artificial intelligence. It is also a rational agent is an agent that always try to do the right action to achieve the best possible outcome based on the information it has. Doing the right thing. So here it has been mainly represented does the right thing, doing the right thing. So doing the right thing means selecting the action that maximize the action as well as the agent performance measure. The agent chooses the action that is expected to produce the best results according to the goals. So for each and every percept sequence and rational agent that is used to select an action is expected to maximize its performance measure based on the evidence provided by the percept sequence and built on the knowledge it possesses. So rational agents, especially it can be concentrate on observe its environment, uses its knowledge and experience, evaluate possible action, and finally chooses the action that gives the best expected result. So that is about the key points of it. And what are the components of the rationality? So there will be of percept sequence, built-in knowledge, and apart from it a performance measure, and finally there will be of agent performance. So percept sequence, the complete history of each and every agent that have been observed. A self-driving car is an example, a traffic light is in green, vehicle ahead slows down, and pedestrian approaching. Built-in knowledge, the agent prior knowledge which can be represented as in built-in knowledge. Here the represented with room A, try to clean, moves to room B. The action that can be represented with the performance, and here a creation used to evaluate how successful the agent is. One with the vacuum cleaner, one with the self-driving car. An agent cannot clean the corners, can clean the center. The agent percept sequence to date. So that is an what agent have learned over the time. And rationality which can be represented as an omniscience. So rational agent which can be chosen with the best action that for the available information. Omniscience we can be represented as an knows about the future perfectly. So if an example we can tell it as an a driver takes a route believing it isn't clear. Let the traffic jam occurs unexpectedly. The driver was still rational because the decision was made using the available information. How rationality is different from omniscience? The omniscient agent knows the complete state of each and every information, that exact outcome of the every action, future events before they happen. An omniscient agent knows everything. So a driver knows which road will be having a traffic tomorrow, where accidents will occur, the exact weather condition. So here the rational agent does not know about the future. It can be knows use the current percepts and use of available knowledge and chooses the action that seems to be best at the moment. Exact performance, expected for performance or exact performance was an actual performance. So exact performance a rational agent maximizes, the perfection will be of a perfect again maximizes because it is already known about the feature. And information gathering is a main important theme over here. A rational agent should not act, but it can be gather the information. So the agent collects more data before making the decision. Exploration, in sense the agent explores unknown situation to learn about the environment. Example will be of an robo navigation. So learning from the experience, a rational agent should learn from what it have been perceives. An autonomy of the rational agent that can be operate independently, and it is also improve its behavior through the experience. Example for rationality, consider a chess playing AI. Initially it is used to follow the basic chess rules. After following a thousands of games, it learns better strategies and recognize winning for the winning patterns. It is in performance improve significantly, which can be represented with it. And independent to the prior knowledge. As per the experience increases, the agent relies less on its original programming and concentrates more on what it have been learned. So example for it, the self-driving car can starts with traffic rules, road maps. After a million of kilometers, it learns driving patterns, learns risky situations, and learns the better route selection for it. So this is about the rational and rationality. Rationality and rational agent. So rationality is the concept of acting based on logical reasoning to achieve the best possible outcome. So in artificial intelligence, rationality that can be defined as choosing the action that is most likely to achieve the desired goal based on the available information. And a rational decision is not necessarily perfect, but it is best decision possible with the knowledge current available. And what about rational agent? And rational agent is an agent that behaves logically, and it is also used to perform the right action in a given situation. It is selects the action that maximize its expected performance based on the percept sequence and built on knowledge. In simple words, the rational agent that can be represented with observe tends to thinks tends to choose the best action tends to act. How does the rational agent work? First is it will be of perceive the environment. Using the sensors, the agent collect the information, analyze the situation. The agent use its knowledge and percept sequence to understand the current situation, evaluate the possible action, choose the best action because it maximizes the safety and follows the traffic rule. And finally, rational actions is the main key concept over here, and it's an action that increases the likelihood of achieving the agent's goal. So vacuum cleaner will be of moving right, moving left, and suck, and dirty will be clean. So each and everything that can be performed over here. And this is a performance measure that can be represented with it. So the rationality and environment, how an intelligent agent should behave a particular environment to achieve the expected outcome. So the performance measure or the criteria for each and every success of agent behavior. It is used to track the performance of an agent, and generally the sequence of action make the environment through number of states. If the sequence is desirable, then we can be set as an agent is did not well. The performance can be measured in the terms of efficiency, speed, solution, obtained energy consumed, everything that can be represented with it. And rational agent always tries to maximize the performance measure, so that can be used with the thing. Okay, and rationality and performance, so it is of other one thing. And a rational agent should possess the following properties: ability to gather information, ability to learn from the experience, performs the knowledge augmentation, and autonomy. And flexibility and intelligent agent. So flexibility equips the agent to negotiate with the dynamic scenarios. One is responsive. It should respond in a timely fashion to the perceived environment. Proactive. It should exhibit opportunistic, goal directed behavior and take the initiative wherever it is necessary. Social. It should be able to interact when they have been demand appropriate within the other artificial intelligence agent or human in order to compete problem solving. Other properties that can be involved with intelligent agent that should follow is one is mobility. Used to recommend an intelligent agent should be mobile to accumulate knowledge, carry the desired work by taking the decision making by themselves. Veracity. Intelligent agent should be truthful. It is not expected to help the information or lie. Benevolence. It should avoid conflict and should do what it is told. Rationality. It should act as and maximize the expected performance. Learning. Performance is increased with the learning. It should have the learning ability that is essential for the true automotive. To summarize, rational, rationality, and rational agent. So it can be act logically. It uses the percept sequences. It uses available knowledge, maximizes the expected performance, adapts to the environment, and it learns from the each and every experience, chooses the best available action. So concluding, rationality is the concept of acting based on the logical reasoning to achieve the possible outcome. And rational agent is an intelligent agent that selects the action that maximizes expected performance measure based on the percept sequence and knowledge. Whereas in rational action is mainly used to increase the likelihood of the success in a given environment. So examples which can be included human, organization, robo machine and software systems. And to move about the next topic, it is of peace. Peace generally it stands for performance measure, environment, actuator, sensors. Generally, a piece is an artificial intelligence which can be represented with the framework used to describe the task environment of an intelligent agent. So, what is the role of performance measure, environment, actuator, and sensor? Performance measure defines how success is evaluated from an agent. It specifies the criteria used to determine whether the agent is performing well. Examples, self-driving car. When we are just going with it, we are just going in a safe, fast and legal driving. If you take it as an example as a vacuum cleaner, how many number of rooms it has been cleaned. So next is environment. So the environment is the surrounding in which each and every agent operates. It includes everything the agent can observe and interact with it. Example, the self-driving car, we are having a what type of environment with the roads, vehicle, pedestrian and traffic lights that can be involved with it. And what is the role of actuator? It's a component through which the agent can perform actions. They affect the environment. Example, self-driving car, there will be of steering, brakes and accelerator which can be used to control with the actuators. What is a sensor? Is used to perceive or collect the information from the environment. If you take it as a self-driving car, cameras, GPS and lidar and radar is a good important examples that can be used with the piece. And performance measure, it is used for measuring all the environment, and it is of defines the AI model and helps to determine the task environment of each and every that is of intelligent agents. Performance measure, it defines the success of each and every agent, evaluate the criteria that determines whether the system performs well. Environment, it is about the surroundings. It refers to the external context in which AI system operates, and it encapsulates the physical and virtual surroundings, including other agent, objects and conditions. Actuators, they are responsible for executing the action based, especially based on the decision making system. They can interact with the environment to bring all the desired changes. Sensors, an agent observes and perceives its environment through sensors. Sensors can be provide the input system to the data and enabling to make the defined decision of it. So that is about the thing. And why peace is important? Helps define an agent task environment, used to identify what information the agent needs, determines how the agent interacts with an environment, assist in designing intelligent agent efficiently. So this is about the agent success, how it can be evaluated with the action performance and sensors gathering information, and especially piece which is used to helps in designing and analyzing the intelligent agent effectively. So this is an example of performance measure. So the first example is a medical diagnosis system. Medical diagnosis system helps the doctors to identify the diseases and recommend the treatments. So for every thing there will be of piece. First is performance measure, which can be represented with the how the measures can be well, the system can be performed. Accuracy of the diagnosis, time taken, recovery rate of the patients and cost of the treatment. Goal will be of correct diagnosis, in a minimum time and cost. Environment, the surroundings in which the system operates, patient, doctor, system, equipments, and hospital information system. And moving to the actuator, it performs by the systems, diagnosis, decision, treatment, recommendation, medical test suggestions, alert and notification, perception, recommendation. Sensors. So it will be of sources from the systems, receives the information, blood pressure reading, sugar levels, heart rate monitors, ECG report, EEG reports, patient symptoms, and previous medical records if it is having. So generally the working example, the patient reports the chest pain, sensors collect the ECG and blood pressure data, and it has artificial intelligence analyze the information. Diagnosis, it will be of an heart disease risk, the treatment and further surgical can be represented with the suggestions. So second example will be of auto door operating system. It is an automatic door operating system which can be of open and close when the people can be approached with it. So first is performance measure. Performance measure, it can be of an fast response time, high efficiency, and a minimum ideal time, low noise, smooth operation. Environment E can be represented as area outside the door, area inside the door, people approaching the door. Actuator, door opening motor, door closing motor. Sensor, cameras, motion detector, and object detection sensor. The good example, real time example, person approaches the door. The motion sensor detects the movement. Then the controller decides either to open the door or close the door. The motor which is used to help to opens the door. So that is a good example, real time example of auto door operating system. Next will be of face authentication system. So use it to detect and use it to authenticate the mobile phones, offices, airports and security systems. Performance measure here that can be represented and measured as recognition accuracy, authentication speed, efficiency, ability to recognize new users. Environment in sense, human faces, camera coverage area, lighting conditions. Actuators, access granted message, access denied message and unblock command. Sensors will be of camera, face detection sensors. So working example will be of user stands before the camera. The camera captures the image of the face. Then AI detects and compares the stored face data in the database. When is the match found, automatically the door will be unlocked. If the match unfound, the door cannot be opened and it will be of lock. This is the condition and scenario based for face authentication system. Nowadays it is used in the every institution as well as IT sectors, as well as now it is used in the government sectors. The last example will be of an auto car, or we can tell it as an self-driving car system. And self-driving car operates without human intervention. The performance measure which can be of safety, accuracy, fuel efficiency and travel time. Environment will be of road, traffic signals, pedestrian and other vehicles. Actuators, steering wheel control, accelerator, brake systems and horn. Sensors will be of camera, GPS, speedometer, engine sensors, radar and lidar. The working example that can be represented with traffic light turns red when the camera detects the signal. Automatically, the artificial intelligence decides to stop. When the brake actuator activated, the car stops safely. So this is about the important key terms. So to summarize this piece, that stands for performance measure, environment, actuator and sensors. Piece is used to describe the intelligent agent task environment. For performance measure, usually defines the success. Environment, which is where the operator of the agent that can be perceived with the surroundings. Actuator, A stands for how the agent acts according to the environment. And finally, the sensor, how the agent perceives the environment. So this exact image that can be describes about piece description for medical diagnosis system, auto door operating system, face authentication system, and finally self-driving cars. Thank you.